All right, next up, guys, we have busted tines, and ordinarily we do this segment individually, but today we're going to all kind of take a personal approach to a general busted tine that we all have, and that is the fact that a lot of states are shutting down non-resident hunting seasons, fishing, state parks, boat launches, a lot of recreational outdoor activity sites that we all like to use. It's affecting all of us, and we've all noticed it in different ways and in different places. So we're going to take a minute and discuss how that is our busted time for this week. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with you, Spitzley, on this one. So explain what you've noticed as far as your busted time.
Recently they just banned fishing with a motor boat. So I do have a boat, so that kind of sucks for me. Especially within the next couple months or the next month. We got 3 more weeks of the shutdown, so the next month is usually when I like to get out and do a little bit of bass fishing, catching gills on their beds and stuff like that. So, or just getting on the boat in general. It's just breaking spring, so it's just nice to get outside and enjoy the water and fishing and stuff like that with the family. But this has also affected a job I was supposed to go to this week, actually. They banned non-resident tags for turkey hunting. So um, the person I'm filming is not state resident, so he's not a resident to that state, so he's unable to get a tag. So there's no way for me to be able to film him and kill a turkey. So that's kind of affected us a little bit there. Besides staying at home, I mean, we are able to turkey hunt as far as I know for now. It's still kind of a busted time though, because I think, and I'm not sure of this, but as far as the properties go, I don't know if we can go to other resident properties to hunt or just our own. So I'm actually unaware of the regulations on that and whether it's legal or not. Regardless, I'm still gonna go.
So
Don't tell
I
us
don't what I understand is you can go out 3 people in a rowboat in Michigan fishing,
Yeah.
but as of right now, you can't go out with 2 people in a boat with a motor.
Yeah, ask Governor Whitmer about that.
Mm.
I'm not really sure what the no, fast foods are open. That's essential, I guess. Fast food. You get fat, kill yourself.
The only thing I can see with it is like preventing like pontooning, but limit it to where you can't have 10 people in a boat.
There you go.
Right,
Or all
right.
family members. I mean, that's what I thought it was that before she
I think
banned the
people are thinking way too
motorized
much with
watercraft.
some of this stuff.
Yeah, I would say 5 people in a boat. Who cares? Like,
Or just family household in your boat. You know what I
yeah,
mean? We're all in the house together. Why can't we all be in a boat together?
that's true, man. I have
Yeah.
4 kids, so if it was only 5 of us, I'd have to throw one of them over.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Drag them
No.
behind the boat.
Well, some days I do.
Put a tube, tie them to a tube in the back.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Guys
That's
are
awesome.
gonna pull straws. Shortest straw gets it. The rest of us get in the boat.
Okay, non-resident licenses, fishing, etc., being closed down. What's your take on that, JP?
Well, actually, kind of had to run into it like later last week. So I don't get into fishing. I used to when I was a kid a lot, and actually all the way through high school. But now with hunting and filming and all that stuff, I don't really get too much time to do it. But a lot of my buddies are huge into it. So last week I was like, I'm off of work due to COVID, so got some downtime. So I was like, hey, you mind if I tag along? Yeah, sure. Well, we stopped up in Oconto County, which is north of me about an hour, and we had to pick up some bait. So we went to the local bait shop and started shooting the shit with the owner and talking about this COVID thing. And that was a wrong street to go down with him because he just about lost his shit because actually the day before is right when O'Connell County actually shut down all boat ramps, all launches, so nobody can launch a boat out of there, which is, part of the county is right on the Bay of Green Bay. It's on the rivers that, the walleyes are spawning in right now. And it's a huge moneymaker for everybody right around that area. And especially, just so happens this guy owns a bait shop. Well, if no one can go out in their boats and do what they want to do fishing wise, obviously his company takes a huge hit. And he was telling us that, like 80% of his revenue for the year relies on the spring walleye run, for 5-6 weeks out of the year. And if they're shutting down all the access points for these guys to go fishing, he's screwed. And so he was really wound up, and it actually kind of made me realize, like, holy shit, that's going to affect a lot of people. Not only that guy, but just the community itself. I mean, the hotels, anything, gas stations, that whole area is just going to take a huge hit off of something that, I the way I look at it, if you're not in a big group of people and you're sending two guys in a boat to go out on a lake or a river to fish, let them do it. Get them out of here, I mean, it's no different than us going out hunting or doing tree stand work or whatever. Being out in the woods and not being by people is better than, hey, you guys stay home, or hey, stay home, but yet go over to your neighbors and have a cookout and there's 10 people there. Let these guys go and fish. And that's
You
my
gotta
whole
allow
thought.
people to be mentally sane during these times too.
Mhm.
And these are some ways that without social gathering, people can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of time, like for me, example, I'm off of work. How many other people are off of work? So you're telling these guys that love the outdoors, that's their passion, is to go fish, and you're going to tell them, nope, just stay at home, don't do anything.
Mhm.
I mean, that's going to drive them insane. Like, I don't know. It's a pretty touchy subject.
Yeah. Yeah, I think especially for guys, you have a couple main categories of guys who like to blow steam off. It's working out or going outside. It's like, and some guys are both and whatever, but you take away both of those things, that's not a good thing. Like, you need to be able to have something to do. People are
Yeah.
going to go stir crazy, start losing their minds. It's not good.
Mhm.
And for me personally, for my perspective on the busted tine, it hasn't affected me at all, but I plan on traveling to states where it might affect me. Michigan, I plan on going up there in late May, camping and fishing, and that could be a negative. That could be a bad. We'll go either way and make it work, but it could be difficult. We'll see how things go. But that's the biggest thing, really. I do have a good friend who was turkey hunting in Big South Fork and came out to his truck late morning and got escorted out of the park because they were shutting it down. So it's like, he's like, man, that's where I've done all my scouting. I can't go in there. I got to figure out a whole new plan. So that's as close as it's to me. And that's probably an hour or so away, hour and a half away, I'd guess. But I see friends, Comstock, Spitzley living in Michigan, dealing with that. And it's not good. It's not good to try and encroach on a person's right to get outside and do what they love to do. So now I'd like to hear your take, Sweats. Why don't you hit us with that busted tine?
So luckily I haven't been directly really affected yet either. Like we kind of touched on earlier, Nebraska did close their sale of non-resident turkey tags, but I had bought mine back a long time ago just because I knew I was going to be hunting there. And so nice thing is my tag is good there for all season. So my original plan was to go down there, shoot it with a turkey, and then buy another tag and shoot it with a shotgun, but I didn't fill it with my bow tag, so I can still use that tag for shotgun hunting. And right now, I got an email last week or a few days ago from the Nebraska Game and Parks Commission, and pretty much if I don't fill my tag, I'll get it refunded, but I can still use it. I can still hunt. So I'll either fill my tag or I'll get it refunded. So it's kind of a win-win.
That's awesome.
So we'll see. I've heard my cousin who lives down in Nebraska and I hunt with had mentioned there was talk about like just refunding people, non-residents, because they didn't want traveling. But we'll see. As of right now, I can still hunt. And in Minnesota, they haven't closed boat ramps or anything like statewide. I know they closed them up in the county where Rainy River is. It's a very popular destination kind of fishing spot where people come from all over the country for like opening of walleye, which is the first weekend in May. But otherwise, statewide, you can still go fishing and stuff like that, which is nice. I don't do a ton of fishing. This year, I'll be doing a lot more of it because I'll actually be producing a show for my dad, fishing like YouTube thing. I'm gonna start for him, so I'll
Nice.
probably be out every week. So let's hope we can still fish when it comes to then. So, but
What's your
yeah,
dad getting into fishing?
what's that?
Like what species? Like
He's
what's he after?
He's kind of a walleye extraordinaire. He's kind of like how we are all with hunting. He is fishing. He fishes probably more than anybody I know, and he's super good at it. So I figured why not start a YouTube thing for him. And he's getting to the point where he'll probably be retiring from work in the next 5 years. And I was like, if I could get him to a point where he's getting a bunch of free fishing gear, that'd be the goal. So
Perfect.
yeah,
That's awesome.
What's his YouTube channel gonna be?
it's gonna be Fishing with Keith.
That's cool.
I was
perfect.
hoping for like fishing with Sweat Senior or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that. So
That's
Other
cool.
than-
Yeah, that's
But-
very cool, man. That'd be a good project for sure.
yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun. All right, Mansell, what's your busted time?
I don't really have one for this. Like, I haven't been out traveling much, doing any hunting, any fishing, just pretty much at home working. So I really haven't experienced a lot of the stuff that you guys are talking about. I have some viewpoints on it. I feel like I don't understand some of the in-state regulations made to affect people getting out and doing what they enjoy doing, but I do understand it from state to state, trying to prevent people from traveling, across the country doing these things. But as far as like in your home state, I don't see why there's nothing wrong with going out and enjoying time in the outdoors. But I haven't really experienced anything quite yet to really get fired up about the topic. So
That's all good. So in Wisconsin, in your estimation, things basically carrying on as usual
yeah,
as far as like
far as
outdoor
I know-
property.
as far as I know, I mean, nothing turkey hunting related really has changed. Aaron might know a little more on this on some of the public land stuff. I think there is some places you can't go, but that's more like park hunting related. Am I right?
Yeah, they closed. They actually, I think pretty much every state park in the state is closed now.
Yeah.
But a lot of our public land, a lot of the state parks actually don't allow hunting. So that doesn't really affect that too much. All of our public grounds are still open. And to touch base on going back to the boat ramps and stuff, that was only in Oconto County. So the majority of the state still has access to go out and do that kind of stuff. But the only thing that worries a lot of people is once one county does it, that's how
Yeah.
this whole thing's gone
Yeah.
down, is once one state did it, the next state did it. Once that state did it, then, so people are freaking out thinking, okay, now they got one county that's bowed down and done it. How many other counties are going to do it? So.
I think it was about a week ago, Governor Evers had a press release talking about public land and how and hunting and wanting to keep it open during these times so people can get out and separate from people. He said something about how it's a great way to get out in the outdoors and stay not concentrated around groups of people. So he had no intention of closing anything down.
Yeah, and from what I read, I think the state parks only got closed because they had listed in there that people were littering. There was people in more, groups bigger than 10, So that's why those places got shut down, not just because, hey, we want to shut it down. And there was reasons that made them want to do it.
Well, I know when everything first started, they had something where all the state parks in Wisconsin, you didn't need a fee to go. They wanted to leave them open so everyone could go to them, and not so maybe that it caused too much traffic then, and they decided that they couldn't do that. So I don't really know a lot on the topic, but that would be my assumption, is that it started creating a problem that way.
Yeah.
All I know
Good
is
stuff.
Wisconsin turkey hunting better be open by the time we get down. I want to dome another bird.
Yeah.